Hey guys, Alex here from Homeschool of Bel Air. I was gonna jump into the mom tag. So Rachel at Day to Day Joys created a 10-question little questionnaire for the mom tag. And as a newbie, when it comes to homeschooling and when it comes to YouTube, I wanted to go ahead and jump in like that. Some of you guys can get to know me a little better and my family and what we do. First thing, my name is Alex. I'm a homeschooling mom of 2, currently about to be 3 this coming August. I have a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old. 2 oldest are boys and my little one's a little girl. We started homeschooling this past summer. We absolutely love it. It's probably the best thing we ever decided to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the questions. So, number 1, were you homeschooled? Absolutely not. I was public schooled from the time I was in kindergarten to the time I graduated from high school. Number 2, did you always know you would homeschool your children? Yes and no. No, because I didn't think it was going to be how it is now, but yes, in the sense that it's always been in the back of my mind. Even when I first put my my 7-year-old in kindergarten, at this point we had even totally skipped preschool because I just feel like he didn't need it. Because we did a lot of that kind of stuff at home. I taught him a lot of stuff. But finally, when he went into kindergarten, it hurt my heart to send him to kindergarten. And my little one, my 2-year-old at the time, was just a newborn. I mean, she was a few months old, and I had already stepped down to being a full-time mom. I had completely quit my job, and I was able to actually do it. Like, I really just brought it up to my husband constantly how I wanted to really just homeschool, but I didn't know how to go about doing it. I hadn't even tried to research it really, besides like Pinterest, just look up stuff on Pinterest. But for the most part, I didn't know how to go about it. I didn't know how to start. I didn't know the laws in Texas. So we just, having the little one at home, I had a really bad delivery with her. And that was just, I kind of just set that on the back burner. It was just more, okay, let me just put him in school. And in the little town that we live in, we don't have many choices when it comes to schools. We literally have one kindergarten that is actually separate than the elementary school. And then we have one elementary school that's just 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. And then we have the other elementary school that is 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Or 4th and 5th grade. And then we have the middle school. And I mean, we don't have very many. We don't have very many choices. And the school that I did have him in, he just, he got set back a little bit. In kindergarten, we realized he needed glasses, and that kind of messed him up a bit, and or set him back a little bit. The teacher at the time, the kindergarten teacher at the time, pretty much told us in one of the little meetings that we had that he would catch up, and she was going to go ahead and push him into 1st grade, which at first I was kind of like, I'd rather just kind of hold him back. And she just said no. She was like, no, he'll catch up in 1st grade. So by the time we put him in 1st grade, at that point I went ahead and put my then 3-year-old in a little Mother's Day Out program, and he was doing that twice a week. That wasn't very stable in the sense that he had 4 different teachers in the school year. They kept quitting or leaving, or one had a baby and just never came back from maternity leave. And he didn't end up really learning a lot of stuff. And they did have a curriculum that they followed, and they were supposed to learn stuff. He didn't learn a single thing, and it was just very disappointing. And so that's really what drove me into homeschooling. And right before the school year was over, and I want to say the school year is over in May, by the beginning of April was really when I really started researching it, and I did all my homework. I started actually purchasing curriculum, and I told my husband, we're just gonna do it, because I just can't. I can't go through another year with my kids not learning a single thing. And I just researched it and realized that in Texas it's actually pretty easy to homeschool. So we went ahead and just dove right in, and I went ahead and 2 weeks before the school year was over, I went ahead and signed my son, or I signed my son out of the school district, the oldest one. And I didn't allow them to finish off the school year, but as soon as the school year was over, they were both out of the school system, and we went ahead and started fresh that this 2016, we started fresh like in July, and I did almost like, we started our school year in August, but all of July, I kind of just caught them up and try to do a few things with them just to kind of get them ready for August and to get myself ready for August. So we just did a few things here and there every other day or so, and yeah, so we just kind of stuck with it, and so now I am a full-time stay-at-home mom and homeschooling. Number 3, what are your 3 favorite books in your homeschool library? And I'm going to keep this here because my little, we're still nursing, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this here. She's been having a rough couple nights. Okay, so what are your 3 favorite books in the homeschool library? My 3 favorite books, I'm going to have to say one of them is The Big Book of Questions and Answers. Literally anything you can think of, from why do we hiccup to why does my ear itch to why do we sneeze. It's something that I think I want to almost read out of. I've actually gone through it and I just think it's the cutest thing ever, but I think I'm going to actually add it to our curriculum for next year. Maybe just go through a few pages a week, and just such a fun book. So definitely this one right now. This book has definitely come in handy. The Complete Daily Curriculum for Early Childhood. It has pretty much, I want to say, how many does it have? It says over 1,200 easy activities. It has themes pretty much for everything. And it gives you lesson ideas. It gives you pretty much lesson plans for any kind of theme you can think of. It gives you ideas on songs. It has actual printables on the back for certain things that it comes with. It's just a really, really cool book. Lately, I started to plan out my 2-year-old's school year for next year. We're going to be doing pre-K 3, and we're doing obviously a letter a week curriculum style. And I've already found themes for pretty much every letter, and pretty much for everything, really. So this one for sure has come in handy. Awesome book. And I got this one at Goodwill. I got it for like $3.99 at Goodwill. The other one, which is actually, I first initially bought it for my son. And it's a DK book, and I got it at Costco for $12.99, and it's pretty hefty as well. It's How to Be Good at Math, the simplest ever visual guide for learning math. And it's very visual when it comes to teaching you. I've been using it because I am horrible at math, and I'll get to that question, but it's actually pretty good. So yeah, this one, How to Be Good at Math. If you're not good at math, hello. Okay. Number 4, are you the only teacher or does your spouse help? We definitely, I guess I would say I would consider a homeschooling style very much like a life schooling. We do homeschool all day, pretty much every day. I do regular homeschooling with the kids from 9 to 12, and sometimes some lessons at night depending on what we didn't complete for that day. But for the most part, we don't stop learning. I mean, we're learning all day, every day. The kids are constantly, they have very curious minds, so they're constantly asking questions. My husband's a walking, talking Google. And you can have the randomest question, or you can read or hear about something and bring it up to him, and he knows everything about it, and it's just ridiculous. But so anything when it comes to history, or he's a history buff, he's an information buff, really. Anything when it comes to that kind of stuff, any question the kids have, they ask him and he knows the answer, and if he doesn't, we'll look it up together. But when it comes to the homeschooling part of it, yes, it's just me. When it comes down to it, we never stop. It just goes on. So in that sense, yes, he does help. But when it comes to like our regular homeschooling, yes, I just do it myself. Yes. But I will add though, the boys are in wrestling and my husband's one of the assistant coaches. So in that sense, we kind of tag team when it comes to the teaching aspect of it. You know, he teaches them with wrestling and things like that. And I do the more academics, I guess. But yeah. Okay, so next question, number 5. What is your favorite place to buy homeschool curriculum? Half price books and Amazon and Goodwill and I buy a lot of stuff from Rainbow Resources, or some things, not a lot of things, but I do like their pricing bracket. They're very reasonable. Let me see. Next one. Do you have a set budget for homeschooling? Being that this is my first real year homeschooling, no, we didn't set a budget. I mean, if it's something we need, we get. I mean, at this point, our children are, their education is pretty important to us. So at this point, we're not setting really a boundary. And I'm so thankful that my husband agrees with me. There's a few things that I bought at the beginning that didn't work out for us. And when I told him that we were going to have to maybe after Christmas change some things. And, you know, he kind of set a budget. He kind of set a budget for me, but he was okay with me putting more money into it. So, yeah, I mean, not really. We don't set a budget. I mean, we need it. We get it. No big deal. I mean, it's going into a great cause. And not only that, it's stuff that all 3 kids are going to benefit from. So, no, I mean, whatever. Okay, so next one. What are your 2 must-haves for homeschooling? 2 must-haves. I have them here. Planner, for sure. I never really did planner when it came to a lot of things. Planner for sure. I'm a planner. I never really knew this about me, but I have to have a visual planner or else I forget things. My husband's constantly telling me to use my phone for the calendar on my Google Calendar on my phone. No, I have to be able to see it and I have to have it in front of me and I have to be able to see what I'm doing. So for sure, must have for me would have to be a planner. The other thing, and it fell, or at least one of them fell. I was not a fan of teacher manuals, and I have little by little turned into a teacher manual hog. I mean, I feel like I was trying to do it at the beginning of the school year. I was trying to do it without, because I was like, no, I mean, this is, you know, kiddie stuff. I can do it. No, I've gone back and bought teacher manuals for some of the stuff that I had before. I had started with a few things that didn't need teacher manuals, and there's a bunch of things that I can't find teacher manuals for, or they're just way too expensive. And that I'm kind of just figuring it out. But now I'm just, yeah, if it comes with a teacher manual, I'm gonna get it. So yeah, must-haves for me for sure, teacher manuals and a planner. Okay, so number 8. What is your favorite or least favorite subject? Okay. Favorite, I would have to say art and science, maybe. Artist, I love art. I love science. I think once we get to history, I'm going to love history. We're not doing history yet. Least favorite, phonics and reading and math are probably my least favorite. Phonics and reading, my first language was Spanish, and I was a Spanish speaker. I learned how to read and write Spanish fairly easy because Spanish phonics is so much easier than English phonics. So going from speaking and reading Spanish to learning English is fine. I mean, I don't remember learning English. I apparently learned how to speak it and write it and read it. But now that I'm trying to explain certain things to my son on English phonics, and it doesn't make sense, and well, it doesn't make sense, but you just have to read it that way because that's the way it's supposed to be read. I hate it. I just think it's, I mean, ridiculous, really. But it's our language, and it's what we have to do, and whatever. and math. I'm just not good at math. I've never been good with math. I've never been good with numbers. I can't. But I mean, thanks to YouTube and teacher guides, I'm, you know, in my book, gotta be good at math. We're doing it. It's fine. We got it. Okay, so number 9, are you involved in co-ops or homeschool groups? No. I haven't been able to find any near me. All the ones that I found are from 40 minutes to an hour drive from me, and for me to have to do that, and a lot of them also that I've found close to me are Christian based, and we're not a Christian homeschool. Yeah, we're also a one-car household, so having to drop my husband off at work and then doing that and then coming back, and you know, it's just too much. So no, I haven't found any. I have been considering starting one, so I might do that. I just have to research it a little bit more. Okay guys, number 10, what is your approach? Our approach is definitely more of a secular, eclectic, relaxed homeschool. Yeah, I'm definitely into what I feel is going to be fun for my kids. I want to instill fun for learning for them, and I want them to enjoy to learn and want to learn. First, I was trying to do the whole school at home kind of thing, and you know, set schedule and make sure we're doing this, and you know, the book says we got to do that. Now I feel like it was stressing my kids out, and part of the reason why I took them out of the school system was because my, you know, eldest was always telling me how he just was getting stressed out at school. He would cry sometimes because there were certain things he didn't understand, and then I started noticing him doing the same thing at home, and I decided to take more of a relaxed approach to it. And you know, we follow our curriculum and we do what we're supposed to do, but if he feels like doing math, you know, we do it. If he doesn't, all right, we'll do, you know, we'll do it tomorrow, or you know. So in that sense, we're definitely a little bit more relaxed now. I feel like it's less stressful for all of us. But I do feel like I'm a little more eclectic. I do pick up curriculum from anywhere and everywhere, whatever I feel is going to fit my kids or they're going to enjoy. I definitely just, you know, whatever works. And yeah, that's just how I feel. So I mean, whatever works for your family might not work for ours. Whatever works for us might not work for yours. And that's the beautiful side of homeschooling, that you get to customize, you know, their learning styles. And I haven't looked too much into other styles of homeschooling. I feel like this is just what's working for us now. Me, it's more of an academics. You know, I definitely feel like it's very important to want to learn and to, you know, be educated, you know, for that matter. And I feel like as long as we're instilling good values in our kids and allowing them to, you know, play and enjoy their little childhood, but want to learn and want to come upstairs and homeschool with, you know, with mom, I feel like we're doing a good thing. And you know, it's fun, and I don't see them going back to the public school system, but that's just a whole other topic. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I won't be tagging anyone, only because I just kind of tagged myself and I just kind of jumped into the fun. But as a newbie, you know, thank you guys. I've been having such a wonderful time doing this. Free to follow me guys on Instagram. I will try to tag it at the end.
Like in the drive.
Thumbs up.